Why do you think Kyle Shanahan just won't play Jordan Mason? He had to play him. It was working. He leaned into it. Christian McCaffrey comes back. He's clearly struggling. Just use your eyes and ask Christian. And Kyle's like, nope, everything looks fine. Christian's not the problem. We don't need Jordan. We're fine scoring 10 points. Why do you think this is?
Mostly because the history between their families and he's a fan. I think that's what it boils down. There's no logical explanation. So I'm trying to just figure out something that I could like put myself in Shanahan's shoes. You've been friends with the McCaffreys your whole entire life. Christian McCaffrey was your offensive player of the year. You are a fan of his, as you are a fan of many players, not necessarily the coach, not willing to make the decision that's based on meritocracy, but you're a fan of that. That's the only thing that I can put out there as a possible reason, because it doesn't make any sense to me. At least play Mason 20% of the snaps, 30% of the snaps, but to just eliminate him essentially from the entire lineup for 3 weeks straight, I don't know. I have no idea.
You got to remember that Kyle Shanahan was one of the main reasons that Christian McCaffrey got this extension. I think he probably went to upper management and said, we need this. They have to do this.
Yeah.
So for him to like do an about face 6 months later, 8 months later and say, ha, oops, sorry, I was wrong. But at least Jordan Mason's good. I mean, that's kind of what he did with Trey Lance, right? Hey, like, oops, sorry, we'd spent all these draft picks on Trey and we didn't even really give him a chance. But like, you know, LOL, we got Brock Purdy, right? It's okay. Just pretend you spent those picks on Purdy. And the Niners are like, okay, all right, we'll pretend we'll do that. And we won't hold you accountable for that. But like, how many times can he do the LOL, just kidding? Sorry, I wasted all your money. Maybe he can't do that right now. And maybe that's part of it. Like, no, I have to make this work with Christian. My freaking job depends on this working with Christian. That would be bleak. Or there's also just Kyle just being generally stubborn. And it's like, oh, people say I shouldn't do this. Well, I'm going to do it. Even if it's bad for my team. I don't want people to tell me what to do.
That's an explanation. Maybe that's it. It's really hard to like answer this question. Why? Because there's no real reason it makes sense. I mean, I understand wanting to play Christian McCaffrey. I do. And I'm not saying don't play him. But like it would be better for Christian McCaffrey if Jordan Mason was spelling him and giving him breathers. It would be better for Christian McCaffrey. You eased him back into the swing of things instead of just letting him take over. I don't get it, man.
And what's funny about this season too is like you've seen a lot of revisionist history, people being like, you know what? I saw this coming. People that like predicted the Niners would win 13 games this year. I saw this coming. The vibes were off, and this team has played like an extra season. I mean, they've played like 60 games. They're just exhausted. They're just so tired. It's like, true. That's all true. You know who's not tired? Jordan Mason. You know why? Because he didn't play. He's completely fresh. There's only a few players who are really like giving that extra effort this year that used to characterize the entire team. It's like him, Jawan Jennings, Diamador Lenore. Maybe I missed a guy, Malik Mustafa. There's like 4 or 5 guys who are really, really setting the standard of effort. Yeah. And Mason is absolutely one of them. And I'm not knocking McCaffrey for not being one of them. Like to everyone's point, he's exhausted and he's coming off a lot.
Yeah. I want somebody like, and you're in there, and I think you've asked before, but like, can we ask it like this? Like, Kyle, Jordan Mason was the 3rd leading rusher in the NFL. He was trending to be the 5th leading rusher in 49ers history. Mm-hmm. Christian McCaffrey is obviously struggling, only averaging this many yards per carry. Can you please explain to us ignorant fans why you are only running Jordan Mason 2 times per game? Like, I want someone to just pin him into a corner like that, because it makes no freaking sense. So I would love to get an answer.
Yeah. If I do that, I'm sure it'll pull my credential.